welcome to the channel. I'm very excited to do this because this is a new segment we're doing on Breakthrough Finance called Simon Says. And I'm your host, Paul, and I'm accompanied here with my beautiful wife, Megan.
Hey, I'm really excited to be here and doing this segment with my husband. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to share a lot of great information. We're going to talk about kind of current events and kind of what Paul is doing in his public account, and then just kind of talking about different, like maybe relationship things or faith or kind of whatever is kind of going on in our lives at the time. But we want to start our first episode with kind of a fun little giveaway. So we're going to give away $100, and we just need people to subscribe and like the video and comment, and make sure in your comment you include the your Venmo, and we're going to pick a winner in a week. And hopefully each week we'll be able to put out these episodes, and they'll just kind of be light and fun, and we would love y'all's feedback. So if y'all have questions for us or anything like that, we'd love to kind of go back and forth. And I'm new to trading. Everything I know is from him, so I'm excited to kind of learn along with y'all as well. So to get started, there was a lot of big events that happened this week. A lot of companies came out with their reported earnings, which was big hit topics, as well as the GDP came out with their report. So do you want to tell us a little about what that report said and how that may affect the stock market?
Yeah, so the GDP, or the gross domestic product, is just a measurement of what a country, all the goods and services, like the prices or the value of the goods and services produced in the country during a time period. And to get that equation, it's a lot of things that go into that, as far as household expenditure, investments, imports, exports. And this number actually came in a little negative. It was a negative 0.3. So this signified a contraction, or we just didn't grow. So if you get two negative prints in a row, that signifies a recession. So we actually went through something like this back in the Biden-Harris days in 2022, where we had got two negative reports in a row. But the thing with this, and we'll see how this turns out if we head down the same path, there's a lot of things in the report that can kind of be shifted to kind of get you a more favorable number. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Another number that came out this week was the PCE.
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
So that is the personal consumption expenditure, and that is essentially just seeing like how much a household is spending, essentially. This metric came in flat. Okay. It came in flat. So like the Federal Reserve likes to look at this number and determine inflation off of that. Mm-hmm. So they look at that and CPI, but CPI didn't come out this week. But when we look at the PCE, like I said, it was flat. So looking at the GDP and looking at the PCE, we're okay at the moment. And then what else did we have? We had the jobs. Yeah,
the job reports came out too. And it looked like the Federal Reserve may be kind of trying to decrease interest rates possibly, or there was kind of some talk about that. So how was that report, and how is that going to affect the market kind of going into the next couple weeks?
Yeah, so the job reports actually came out pretty good. So it was more jobs that were created than expected. So that's really good. Mm-hmm. So when we look at things right now, we're nice and stable. But
there's always a but.
The reports that we just got does not include the tariffs yet.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be big for the Federal Reserve to look. And that's why they're kind of dragging their feet, per se.
Yeah.
Because they want to see, is this going to be a one-time price shock? Because things may go up a little bit. Like the supply chain got disrupted.
Yeah.
But if it's transitory, which is a word that got the Federal Reserve in trouble, meaning that it's just it's here today and gone tomorrow, but that's fine. But if it's not, and it's inflation is going to be a little stickier, then we're in trouble, per se.
Yeah. And I think, too, speaking of the tariffs and everything, a lot of the companies that reported earnings, even if they seemed like they did well, they seemed like they were a little bit nervous about the tariffs and weren't kind of sure what was to come. Anything that came out this week, though, from the earnings, was there anything that kind of caught your eye? Was there any trades that you got into kind of in your public account? I mean, is there anything you're really excited about kind of going forward the next couple weeks?
Yeah, so going back to touching on earnings per se, earnings look great. They did. They weren't bad by any mean. A lot of companies beat on the top line, which is the revenue. And then they also beat on the bottom line, which is the earning per share. So, and then a lot of them did guide higher. So just saying that they'll make more money and they'll hit these metrics in the future. But they were like cautious about it.
Yeah.
A lot of them were like, yeah, we think we'll do a little bit more, but we really don't know how the tariff's going to truly affect us.
Yeah.
So everybody was a little cautious, but that still looked good.
Yeah.
But then as far as trades,
I know you were stressing about Amazon. How'd that one turn out?
yeah, so I normally don't teach that, but I was playing earnings, which I don't like to, tell people and teach. But I had a feeling Amazon was going to beat, which they did. They beat on the top, bottom. They raised guidance, but they had a little slight slip on Amazon Web Services, so they have a cloud service to their business. And then like the guide wasn't what Wall Street was looking for.
Yeah.
So, man, I was stressing because after hours they had went down quite a bit, but they recovered the next day because we got some talks of potentially China maybe coming to the table. And that's one thing I will say too. If countries and all these different countries start coming to the table and we have some real tangible deals, we can see the stock market go back to all-time highs where it was.
Yeah.
But the deals have to be real.
Right. Yeah.
And then I think you asked me, what else am I in that I'm excited about?
Yeah, what are kind of some things you got into this week you're excited to kind of see how they're going to turn out?
Yeah. Oh, Palantir has earnings on Monday. So I'm excited about that one. Have a long-term position in that and have some options in that. So I'm excited to see what Palantir does.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good. Yeah, using the public account is great because it's like y'all are able to see all the trades he's kind of making and what he's excited about and how his account is kind of coming and growing, and it's just kind of fun to be along for the ride. So then kind of switching gears a little bit and to kind of touch on just kind of us as a couple and some things that we've kind of decided to do as a couple. We've decided when we got married to do a joint account, which it works for some people, it doesn't work for everybody, but it's just something that has really kind of worked for us. But as far as like us kind of joining things, like why do you feel like that was an important aspect of our marriage and of our relationship, and why do you think it's been such a positive thing thus far?
Well, when you combine accounts, it forces you to communicate. Statistics says that, one of the highest causes for divorce is finances. So if we just went ahead and tackled that up front.
Yeah.
So, we have our system, it works, we don't really micromanage each other or anything,
No, I definitely still order things from Amazon, so we still get packages at the house.
Hence why I love the stock.
But a lot of it is just for us communication and trust, and I'm still able to, order things that I need to do or whatever, and he's still able to have money to invest, and so we just kind of communicate about what the other person is doing, and it just really has worked for us, and, making sure all our bills get paid and things are covered and everybody kind of has what they need. And it just kind of has really worked out, it's just been a plan for us from day one, and it's just really kind of worked out. And we kind of did that with our retirement accounts as well. We kind of combined that. So what are some things you've done with our retirement accounts that you think moving forward is going to be really positive, and how do you think those are going to grow?
Yeah, so just trying to, combine everything and keep everything safe, because when you move jobs, you can actually open up what's called a rollover IRA. And so I can link a video in the description about all that, but that's just a way that you can control your finances. And with retirement money, I'm trying to keep it safe. I'm, just buying and holding, not doing anything crazy. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm handling the retirement money.
Yeah, so that way we retire, we can be living pretty. All right. Well, and definitely, if y'all want to share with us, we'd love to hear it. Like what you do with your spouse, how y'all handle finances, money, if y'all trade together, or is there one person that's kind of better at it? I've definitely kind of dabbled in it a little bit, but he's definitely more of the person that does the trading. But we talk about it a lot, so I've definitely learned a lot. And I think next time we're going to play a little fun game. So if y'all have questions, you want to test my knowledge, see how much I've learned, Paul's going to ask me some questions about kind of basic stock market knowledge, and we'll kind of see how I do and see how much I've learned. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment so that way we can pick our $100 winner for the week. And don't forget to add in your Venmo. And look for us on a weekly basis for just kind of some fun couples stock market videos.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Well, until the next time.